Welcome back to another diecast review here on 9446 Network. Next, we're going to be reviewing Chase Briscoe's A.j Foyt throwback, the highpoint.com throwback for the 2021 Darlington race, folks. My goodness, man. Who doesn't love A.j Foyt and his original paint schemes? And who doesn't love having retro 14 cars when we can get them? For some reason, in 2020, Clint Bowyer's throwback was never made or even offered from what I've noticed about it, known about it. So that's a real shame because I enjoyed that paint scheme very much, the peak throwback. So it's a throwback to Kyle Petty. I wish that car got made. So that's why in the diecast series you saw the cherry red 2011 Tony Stewart car run that diecast race. But of course, this year we're going to be up to date with the 14's throwback, and it's going to be with rookie Chase Briscoe. Absolutely a beautiful diecast, folks. If you really like the retro diecast, like the throwbacks, like I do, this is definitely one you're going to want to pick up. It is absolutely amazing car. And already what I'm seeing, this car's not even out of the box, and look at the metallic finish for the gold stripe. Let's get a closer look at this one. So here's the diecast out of the box, folks, and I gotta say, my, is this a beautiful looking throwback here. This one here could be the best looking, I think, probably. I can't make up my mind about what the best throwback is, but this one right here, holy cow. This is a contender for possibly throwback of the year. This is a really good representation of an A.j Foyt paint scheme. And I'm just dying to point out all the details that I like about this car. So I'm banging to get this review on. So number 14, got Mustang right there, Stuart Haas. Got Ford, which is, I don't know if it's me, but it looks kind of off, is what it is. Highpoint.com with the Mustang little hood vent right there, as it is for all the Mustang diecasts. Chase Briscoe, and with his Ford names. You got Sunoco Rookie of the Year contender, Sunoco. Goodyear, the retro throwback wheels. The NASCAR official race car logo. The race car, the Cup Series throwback logo right there. NASCAR salutes. Rush Truck Centers, Ford Performance Racing School Haas, the beautiful looking Retro 14, really like that right there. Chase Briscoe's name, Ford, Haas, DeKalb, and, what does that say? Rush Truck Centers. High Point 1 Cure, Cummins, Exalta, and two other ones that I unfortunately cannot read. You got highpoint.com right there. And of course you got that little can of smoke. Of course it's got Tony Stewart's name. They could not get the original, what's it called, the Copenhagen brand? I believe that, I hope that I got that name right. But this right here apparently was supposed to be for that. But of course, since it's highpoint.com, it's a different sponsor, they decided to put smoke on there. I love that detail. This is what I love a lot about these throwbacks. These guys can get really creative with the original stuff. And when they get all the colors right, and then they get really creative with it, you can make some really cool stuff. And that smoke there, that's probably my favorite part of this car right there. That looks good. A+ on that. You got rookie stripes right there, Mobile 1. You got the Michigan license plate for the Ford, and with the 2021 registration green sticker on there. 14, and we got some paint chips going on back here. There's a chip right here towards the bottom. Got a little bit of chipping going on at the back quarter right there, the right rears. And the taillights are crooked. You got highpoint.com right there with the rookie stripes and all that jazz. You got highpoint.com again, Chase Briscoe's name, and highpoint.com again. Interesting. This is a fully funded one for sure on that. The paint scheme. Let's see what they painted this car. And they painted this car with a base of, what do I call this red? This is definitely a different type of red. This is like a really like retro, like it's like a reddish orange, but a very darker and duller version of it, as you could tell on camera. And a little bit off camera, you'll notice that the color is much nicer off the camera. But I do like it. It's definitely a different color for diecast. I don't have another diecast that has a color like this, so that's very good. So basically, you've got a black splitter, black spoiler, and of course, on the front end, it starts out with the wrap, which is black and gold. So it's a black stripe with the gold outline to it underneath and on the top of the massive black stripe. And you can see it starting towards the headlights there. It just wraps all the way around. The side skirts and the bottom half of the car are left that red-orange dark color. And it just wraps all around the car. Kind of like a Dale Jr. 2016 car, almost. But, of course, it's with A.j Foyt, and it's one of his paint schemes. So, the number 14, you got a black outline, that gold outline, and that white number fill-in in that very retro-looking 14 font, which I really like a lot. This is how you do a throwback. Honestly, the 14 number for anyone in that 14 that we've had. These 14 throwbacks are very, very underrated. I remember the Clint Boyer 2018 one. That was a cool one. The 2019 one was awesome. The 2020, awesome. And then guess what? Chase Briscoe, awesome. Just very, very good 14 throwbacks. And of course, you have that same 14 all across the car, except on the back. It's all white in the back. It's all white in the front, as far as I can tell. But the sides and the roof have that goldish outline. I mean, look at that. That right there is pure metallic. That is cool. How in the world do they make decals that have metallic pre-made on there? I'd love to know how they do that, because that looks hot. I like it. And for a stripe design, too. I mean, look at that. It's very, very, very clean and very retro. This is going to look cool. And, of course, you got a little ship there. Whatever that is. You find all kinds of things on these 164s from Lino Racing. But yeah, the gold on there, that looks very, very good. We get a closer look at that striping. It looks absolutely awesome. Can you say the camera can focus on that? Doesn't look like it. But you can even tell from here. I mean, that right there is a beautiful looking. I would love to know, like I said, how they get a decal that has pre-done Metallica. I certainly don't know how to do it. And quite frankly, I don't even know if I can, because that looks difficult. You got a chip right there on the number 1 right there. That's just great. But other than that, folks, beautiful throwback, man. But the only thing that probably I would change if I had done it, of course, I do like the way this high point looks on this particular paint scheme. But I could imagine what a retro old font would look like for the high point on this car. That's probably the only thing. They kind of kept the modern looking letters on there. If they did a throwback looking retro one, that could have probably also worked. But you know what? It still looks great nonetheless. Definitely doesn't make this car any worse. It is probably the second best throwback. Of course, the best throwback was the Mark Martin one, which is, I don't even know if it's even going to get released, because I haven't seen pictures of it or anything about that car. But of course, I cannot wait to see that one when it comes out. And of course, you got a little hood opening right there, which has some white lettering in there. I cannot read any of it, so unfortunately, I won't be able to read that. But there is something going on there with the hood opening right there. It looks like letters. I can definitely be wrong about it, but, you know, that's there. What do you guys a 360 view of it? Here's the front of it, this Ford Mustang here. I really like this diecast. This is a cool throwback. This looks retro. It looks primed for Darlington. I mean, this is absolutely incredible car here. So, for once, I get a current year 14 throwback. Awesome. So, thank you guys for checking out this diecast review here of the A.j Foyt Chase Briscoe throwback. Did I mention he also had the fire suit and the helmet? I remember the helmet, though. This is a full-on throwback. So, the driver taking on the spirit of the throwback driver they're doing is just absolutely amazing. So, this car all around, this 14 team, does a great job representing A.j Foyt. Not only with the paint scheme, but, of course, how everything else was. Very, very cool. I do not recall this A.j Foyt paint scheme years ago having gold rims. So, yeah. I was going to say paint the rims gold like the striping is, but I do not recall having these stripes on there, or the gold colored rims. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. I got to do some research on that, but absolutely an incredible diecast. 10 out of 10. If you had to get one Chase Briscoe, get the throwback. This is absolutely the best Darlington throwback for the Ford group. So thank you guys for checking out this diecast review. Comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next diecast review. And always remember to make sure you know what you're doing when you're putting decals on your diecast.